But wasn't this match like 3 fucking days ago? Yeah. Just a man who procrastinates really well and doesn't compensate all that much. But hey, here we are in round three where Arsenal beat the shit out of Leicester. Not really, because despite the 2-0 win for Arsenal, not as dominating as you would think. The first half was just really anyone's game. Felt like a good tug of war between two really good sides in Brendan Rodgers' Leicester City and Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. As we know, boys and girls, with Arsenal Football Club, they've been winning a couple of matches here and there. Just fucking saying, goddamn near top of the table. Woo-hoo-hoo. Although Everton is scary good right now. But in the League Cup, this first half against Leicester City did really feel like a tug of war between, again, two good sides. But here you go in the second half where Leicester had plenty of chances, a couple of, touches on the woodwork there and maybe a couple of unlucky shots, but Leicester had Arsenal kind of by the balls. But in the second half, Arsenal capitalized off of a mistake, which, hey, an own goal is still a goal, which, as we know, boys and girls, in the physics of sports, if you score more than the other guy, you win. I know, it's some revolutionary concept here that we throw on this channel, but listen, Arsenal grabbing that 1-0 lead felt kind of surreal because Fuchs getting that own goal in the 57th minute was nothing short of unlucky, but it really was the work behind Eddie Nketiah and Nicolas Pepe, the jersey that we got back there. And Pepe is just pounding this ball inside of the box, and you just see the defenders for Leicester either getting tired or a little bit flustered at maybe the pace of Pepe, or the fact that Eddie Nketiah is just right on the other side. Any fucking time you just lob the ball right to him, he's able to just net that in no problem. So you're already facing this dilemma with Nketiah and Pepe in the box. And Ward, the goalkeeper for Leicester City, makes the initial save on the Pepe shot that tries to drive into the net. But while he makes that save, the ball rebounds off and Fuchs just unknowingly just kicks that in. And it's 1-0 to Arsenal. And you can see Nketiah kind of frustrated, like, why didn't you just pass it to me? Yet, it doesn't matter because you're 1-0 up, whether it's own goal or not. And the fact is, after this goal, Arsenal kept pressuring, yes, but you could see Leicester just clawing at you. They were getting at Arsenal any and however chance they can have in this second half after they just conceded a goal. And all I can tell you right now is if Kasper Schmeichel was in net, he probably would have saved that shot. He would have probably not let that own goal go in, but that's just me in my perspective. But obviously, clubs like Leicester, they need to trot out their new signing or backups to make sure they can solidify and fortify their future. So I totally understand it. But Arsenal, being 1-0 up, were able to soak in the pressure. Bernd Leno played excellent. Yes, there are going to be questions as to why Runnerson didn't play against Leicester City. But honestly, again, a great club like Leicester City with the fucking pieces that they got on their offense and kind of all over the field, you don't really want to put the new backup in too quickly. I would say Runnerson's going to get his nice little match or a couple, and probably a set over there in the Europa League, just because you're probably going to face a much, I don't want to say less competitive, but less difficult sides relative to the competition here in England in the Premier League. And not literally in England, I'm here in Las Vegas, but it's good to see Arsenal still trotting out their best in Bernd Leno. And again, I would love to see Runnerson get his nice little go-ahead in the net in the Europa League. But in this match, Bernd Leno did excellent. This is the backbone of Arsenal Football Club for the last 2-3 years. I could argue right next to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang that Bernd Leno has been the best player for Arsenal Football Club over the last 2-3 years that he's been in the club. His defense just kind of let him down, but in this match, they were stellar, able to keep the ball away from Leicester at pivotal times. And what really sunk Leicester City was in the 90th minute, where Arsenal is playing the ball in their own half, and the pass from, I don't want to say Torreira, but at the same time I want to say Torreira, but a midfielder from Arsenal, and just put the asterisk there because I completely forget who it was. But the ball trickles down to Rob Holding. And Holding just lobs his ball right over to Pepe on the right side. And Pepe able to find Bellerin, and Bellerin just able to swerve his way inside the box the way he just does. And he's really underrated in that regard. And he is able to just thread the ball right to Nketiah. And, of course, if you need a goal, just call Eddie. And Eddie getting his goal in the 90th minute to sink Leicester City and get that insurance goal to send Arsenal to the 4th round of the League Cup, where, as great as you feel about this 2-0 win against Leicester City, it's kind of a daunting task to face Liverpool in the 4th round. And here's the funny part about Arsenal and Liverpool right now. Did you know that into October, Arsenal will have faced Liverpool 4 separate times in 4 separate months? Yes. I can actually list the fucking dates for you. July 15th, Premier League fixture, 2-1 win to Arsenal. And that was actually fantastic because no one saw it coming. Jurgen Klopp's surprise face, Virgil van Dijk's just horrendous performance all around. And that was followed up by a Community Shield matchup between the Premier League winners in Liverpool and the FA Cup winners in Arsenal Football Club. Surprise, surprise, on a super banter year. Arsenal's able to win a cup. Wink, Tottenham. But Arsenal's able to get that tied up in regulation, but win it in penalties 5-4 because Brewster fucked up. And at this point, you have to note that Arsenal's facing Liverpool in the Premier League on September 28th, this Monday. And on Thursday, they're going to be facing Liverpool in the League Cup. Both fixtures at Anfield. So, do I like my chances going forward against Liverpool in either competition in the Premier League or the League Cup? Difficult to say. Difficult to say, mainly because you do have home field advantage for Liverpool at Anfield, but no fans. Yet, when I look at this Liverpool squad and the results they've been producing out over the last few weeks at the start of the season, including, well, we don't really have to include the Community Shield, but technically speaking, if you do, this is a side that Arsenal can actually compete well against. Now, I'm not saying, Arsenal can win it. No, far from that. You have to be clinical with your chances and opportunities to beat Liverpool. This is what we know about Liverpool. They are really fucking good. And they will make mistakes. That's what happens. They're not a perfect football team. And when they do make mistakes, you have to capitalize over that. Like a bad dribble from Virgil van Dijk from the back where you can poach that ball from either Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang or Alexander Lacazette and try to go for the goal because Alisson is just going to be dazed from that shit. We've seen this happen with Leeds. We've seen this happen with Arsenal twice, by the way. And I think Arsenal can definitely test Liverpool at Anfield in both League Cup and the Premier League. Now, again, September 28th is the Premier League match for Liverpool and Arsenal at Anfield. And then October 1st, it is going to be the League Cup fixture at Anfield, Arsenal versus Liverpool. And again, I would tell you right now, I like Arsenal's chances against Liverpool, but the sports books for Monday's fixture, holy shit, plus 480 to Arsenal. So if any of you boys and girls just want to make a quick buck here and there, I'd say put $10 on Arsenal just for shits and giggles. If you lose $10, who cares? I mean, if that's what happens. But I'll tell you right now, if Arsenal's able to beat Liverpool in the Premier League but lose in the League Cup, I'd still take solace in that. If they draw in the Premier League, I wouldn't really be too upset. But if they lose both their either fixtures, I'm going to be bummed out. I'm going to be really honest about that. I expect a lot more, but we're going to see during the matches what happens with individual clubs, and hopefully, Arsenal gets through. So that does it for me. Boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Come on, you Gunners. Now fuck off. Liverpool's really Arsenal's period this year. Isn't that nice?